All right, good morning, everyone. I just want to do a run through for the forecast for the next 24 hours or so. Have a couple rounds of severe to strong thunderstorms possible later this afternoon and then overnight. I figured I'd do this little video kind of running through what normally goes into our forecast discussions that are text based. So it'll be a little on the science technical side of things, but hopefully you still get something out of it. Overall, this is the SPC outlook for severe thunderstorms today. I have a slight risk that cuts into the CSRA, mostly for the upstate of South Carolina and into eastern Georgia. That's for the front that's going to move through overnight tonight. And then this afternoon, we're expecting some more isolated to scattered convection that's going to mainly develop along the I-20 corridor and then into the PD. And associated with that is that marginal risk that you see there. So take a look at what we're expecting for this afternoon. We have kind of increasing southwesterly flow, mainly across Georgia. It's kind of moving into our area now as that big low pressure system kind of pulls out of the south central U.S. So we got that moisture increasing from the southwest. And then we actually have a backdoor front that's pushing in from the northeast as high pressure shifts kind of across the northeastern CONUS right now. So you kind of have basically a front moving in from the southwest and a front moving in from the northeast. And we have a convergence zone that's supposed to develop mainly across kind of, the northern Midlands, North Carolina, South Carolina border later this afternoon. With increasing moisture in that area, it's going to be the best and most likely area that we're going to see some convective initiation. Take a look at the soundings. This is just from the RAP for this afternoon, again, across the PD area. Pretty favorable environment overall. See mixed layer Cape up over 1600, some veering in the profile, really pretty good veering through the depth of the profile there. Overall, that yields a cloud layer shear about 40 knots, so sufficient for any sort of severe hazard. There, mainly a wind and hail threat. We're not really expecting tours with this just because the low level shear is pretty weak. But expecting supercell development possible. You can see the supercell composite parameter is 3.6, so favorable from a shear Cape perspective for some supercell development. But the one thing that is impinging that is that we're kind of sitting directly underneath the 500 millibar ridge axis right now. So we have kind of general subsidence that's at mid levels and upper levels still over the area as this ridge is moving through. This is really going to inhibit how much convection can develop. But the thing is, anything that does develop in this environment will likely be strong to severe given that environmental that we saw there. Just take a look back at that SQT based on what we just saw on the previous slide with the mid-level ridge. You can kind of see the evidence of that subsidence layer above 700 millibars up through 500 millibars. They are showing up. So this will act to kind of keep the amount of storms and the coverage down pretty good this afternoon. And really only the areas with that really strong moisture convergence up across the North Carolina, South Carolina border will be able to produce any convective initiation in storms. But again, anything that does develop this afternoon is likely to be a strong to severe thunderstorm. So then just a quick run through going again overnight, expecting another round of severe with the actual front itself. So this is 1 p.m. this afternoon, just some scattered storms. Again, these could be pretty strong, developing along the I-20 corridor and then kind of spreading north into the PD by later this evening. And then that main front itself pushing in from the west overnight. Here we're at 3 a.m. And this then moves through and quickly weakens as it moves through overnight because we'll lose that instability. Generally overnight should develop a decent inversion. So we will have probably some elevated thunderstorms that move through. So you could definitely have some thunder and lightning overnight with these. But again, that inversion at the low level should mitigate the severe threat with this. So again, if you have any questions, just let us know. Thanks.